unless you believe there certain things will never happen. You cannot tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about the Bible. That's the book for me. It has the best of history in it. Yes, folks. And I am going to read until I get to unless. And unless God does what he says he will do, you just don't have much to depend on, do you? Yeah, God can do whatever he says he can do. I'll, before I get to Genesis chapter 32, I'm going to say something about something in the New Testament. There was a man in the wilderness with the devil. And the devil said to the man, if you are the Son of God, do something. Mm-hmm. Well, the man was the Son of God, and he did something. Yeah. He told the devil, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. That's what you can live by, folks. You can live by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. Now, I want to look at in the Bible. It is the history book, and I got it right here again, right there. I got chapter 32 in Genesis right there. It's on page 49 in my Bible. How do I know? Because I can read. And I've got my glasses on. So in chapter 32 of Genesis, we find as Jacob went on his way, the angels of God met him. Now, folks, this wasn't last week. This was years ago. Jacob has now got a lot of animals, and he's got 2 wives, and his 2 wives gave him 2 more. So Jacob has been busy, and now he's going back to where his father and mother are. And he's going to run into his brother. Jacob's brother's name is Esau. And if you have read the history book, you might have an idea as to how things progressed to get to this point. But we're at chapter 32, and now we see Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. And Jacob said when he saw them, this is God's camp or company or whatever. I mean, he's seeing these angels. So he named the place, and I can't pronounce it. It's in verse 2. But anyway, then Jacob sent messengers before him to his brother Esau in the land of Seir, the country of Edom, Edom. And he also commanded them, saying, thus you shall say to my lord Esau. So here we have my lord Esau. Yeah, it's right there. Thus you shall say to my lord Esau, I have journeyed with Laban and stayed until now. In other words, he wants his brother to know where he's been. And I have oxen and donkeys and flocks and male and female servants. I have sent to tell my Lord that I may find favor in your sight. Folks, it's good to have favor with your brother. And he says to my Lord, and the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, we came to your brother Esau, and furthermore, he is coming to meet you, and he got 400 men with him. Oh my goodness. 400 men with him. What's he going to do? Oh, he said, Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people who were with him, and the flocks, and the herds, and the camels, into two companies. For he said, if Esau comes to the one company and attacks it, then the company which is left will escape. In other words, he's planning for the worst, folks. Sometimes it's best to plan for the worst. And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham. Uh-oh. Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham, and God of my father Isaac, O Lord, who didst say to me, return to your country and to your relatives, and I will do good with you or prosper you. Yep, that's in verse 9. So Jacob has already heard from God. He's just reminding God. And he says, I am unworthy of all the loving kindness and all the faithfulness which thou hast shown to thy servant. For with my staff I crossed, and I have become two companies. Deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he come and attack me, and the mothers with the children. He's a very caring man, folks. He really is. And I got about 2 minutes to go on this video. So there will be a number 2. Deliver me, I pray. And in verse 12, for thou didst say, I will surely prosper you and make your descendants as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. So he spent the night there. Then he selected from what he had with him a present for his brother Esau. So, folks, sometimes a present can be a good thing. Yep. 200 female goats, 20 male goats, 200 ewes, and 20 rams, 30 milking camels, and their colts, 40 cows, 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys, and 10 male donkeys. That's a pretty good gift, isn't it? Yep. And he delivered them into the hand of his servants, every drove by itself, and said to his servants, pass on before me, and put a space between the droves. Yep, folks. That's what he said. And he commanded the one in front, saying, when my brother Esau meets you and asks you, saying, to whom do you belong, and where are you going, and to whom do these animals in front of you belong? Then you shall say, these belong to your servant Jacob. Yes, folks, that's what he said. This is Jacob sending a message to Esau, and he says, I am coming home, and I am your servant. I mean, things are fixing to really get going here, folks. And he commanded the second and the third, and all those who followed the drove, saying, after this manner you shall speak to Esau when you find him. Yes, folks, that's what he said.